Hey everyone, today we are looking at Hawkman #1. Me, myself, I've been a fan of the Hawkman character, basically because he's such a badass, but I haven't been thrilled with how he's been used in the past. I mean, most of the series take place in outer space, and it just really isn't my thing. But this story by Robert Venditti, who is quickly becoming DC's clutch writer, gets Hawkman right back to his roots in a premiere issue that will have you adding this book to your pull list. We begin with a reintroduction to the character of Carter Hall and his vast history, and I just really love this explanation. I'm an archaeologist, a scholar, and a preservationalist of history. More than that, I am history. I am reincarnated across time, stretching back to the dawn of man. I ruled as an ancient Egyptian prince, battled as a medieval knight, dueled as an Old West gun hand. Hawkman is exploring in Greece, and he really explains to us his love of archaeology. Just listen to this inner monologue. And I'm swept up in the pursuit of it like a sparrow in a gale, driven by the twin compulsions of my existence, exploration and discovery. Hawkman flies into a crypt, pries free the Nautilus of revealment, but in doing so he wakes up a big bad golem. The story then flips back in time to Carter being shuttled to the location by a friend, and there's some good back and forth between the two. Before taking to the air, he has a little life lesson to pass along, and he says, "If there's a lesson all the living and dying has taught me, it's that there can never be one without the other." When we return back to the here and now, Hawkman is in a life and death struggle with the golem, who doesn't reply to any of his witty banter and just keeps calling him a thief. There are a few brilliant pages of no dialogue whatsoever as Hawkman is underwater and struggling. To Hawkman's surprise, the golem sprouts wings, which levels the playing field much to his chagrin, and finally Hawkman goes on the offensive, and as he does so, he regrets his actions, saying, "I get no joy from destroying history. Sometimes I am forced to choose, to shatter one past, to preserve another." And from that little piece of dialogue, we learn so much about the character and so much about his motivations. After escaping the golem, Hall visits Xanadu, who's a magician, and she uses her magic to let Hall see the future. There's some great detail about how long Hall has lived, all that he has seen and learned and experienced, and that of course sets up the next story. The work of Robert Venditti and Brian Hitch on Hawkman #1 is beyond fantastic. This is how you reintroduce a character, this is how you incorporate real human emotion, this is how you bring in an eternal conflict. This is how you relaunch a character and start breathing some new life into it. I really liked this take on Hawkman, where he's like a winged Indiana Jones, and I hope this is the direction the series is headed, in the kind of Indiana Jones Tomb Raider vein. I give Hawkman #1 a 9.5 out of 10. Get your copy now. This very well could be the next big thing in comics.